What forces have brought them back here to this cursed land? What sins are they now answering for? For answers to questions such as these, we're going to play Dungeons & Dragons right now, you jerks!
Introducing a new Total Party Kill adventure only for Incomparable members.
And I'm really sad now that we don't have a pony anymore. So you know what? I cast Find Steed, and suddenly I now have a pony.
Do you have Pony Cindelar or just a pony?
I have a pony that is a celestial pony that understands common that I am naming Pony Cindelarant.
Oh,
I've lost control.
we're like 2 minutes in. I love this.
You have, in fact, now a superior magic pony that kind of makes my pony from the last adventure look like garbage.
I was just wondering about the part where you said this is your town.
My father, he was the Burgermeister, the mayor. Dungeon Master aside here, this adventure requires me to use a word repeatedly that I cannot take seriously. That word is Burgermeister. We're all in this together, people. I'm going to say that word. Part of me will die inside, but I'll try not to laugh.
Perhaps you have heard of Barovia, where you come from.
Only as myths.
I've been in Barovia, not the town. This is a little confusing. The town has the same name as the realm.
We call this place Little Barovia to distinguish itself from the land of Barovia. Big Barovia, if you will, is so nice they named it twice.
It is not nice.
Why did we even agree to play this adventure? Who has left Tony in charge of this? It's all Dan's fault again, is what I'm saying. I'm going to answer that one right now.
Dan?
If you want to listen or watch future episodes of this adventure, they will be available to members only of The Incomparable.
TheIncomparable.com/members.
Erica is 1,000 times more professional than I am. Thank you, Erica. The devil himself.
Fascinating.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to go.
You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, in which a group of friends play Dungeons & Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 204, Dragonforge and Associates Reunited, posted September 2019. Take cover behind your wizard.
Previously on Total Party Kill, Dragonforge and Associates were split asunder and forced to navigate the caves and caverns of Undermountain with only half their group. They made some unexpected acquaintances along the way and learned some things about the happenings in Undermountain, but will they ever meet up again? Will they ever learn more about the fate of one Rutherford Umbrusk? Theoretically, the reason for all of these adventures.
Seems unlikely.
Will they even return to Waterdeep alive? For answers to questions such as these, let us play Dungeons & Dragons!
Tony, what is the difference between a cave and a cavern? I'm curious.
They're very different. Please consult your nearest geologist for a lengthy answer. I'm your Dungeon Master, Tony Simdelar. Joining me today are several players, truly the finest that were available at this time on this call. Starting in the order that they are displayed on my screen, it's Monty Ashley.
Hello, I am Monty Ashley. I am playing Melek, the Tiefling Wizard. He has an orb.
He has an orb. It's, I almost introduced you as Flessa, but it's Erica Ensign.
Yes, I am playing Flessa, who is a tiny, small human rogue who does a lot of backflips and stabbing.
Next up, it's Sarah Barber.
Hi, I'm Sarah Barber. I'm playing Rizwin, a dwarven cleric. I like to drink some ale.
Who doesn't?
I do.
That's it. I mean, you got it. You nailed
also
it.
here,
That's
it's Jason Snell.
Hi, I am playing Peter Dragonforge, who's, living in his parents' basement, just got out of Paladin school, and loves the new life he's built for himself as an adventurer with these knuckleheads.
And last but not least,
really,
it's Steve Lutz. Hey, that's the one nice thing you're going to get out of me today.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better than usual.
That was it.
Arguably not least. Steve Lutz.
It's me. I'm Steve Lutz. I may or may not be least. We'll find out shortly. I'm still playing Alestrin. I'm an Elven Ranger.
Indeed you are. So I would say let us rejoin our heroes, but our heroes are split apart. So we will join Alestrin and Flessa, played by Steve and Erica, and Acrid, who is hanging in the back, played by the not present Georgia Dow. I believe that you have navigated a variety of weird caverns and whatnot. You saw some strange things happen to people you met along the way, and you stand before a large stone double door.
Dumbledore?
I believe
you.
when last we discussed this, you were about to open the door.
Yeah, I think we may have actually been in the process of opening it.
I think
Even-
Rizwin and Peter already opened the door, and Melik as well.
That
No.
might be a different
A
door.
different- oh?
I would like to let my love open the door, if that's possible.
And as you are looking at that door, before you can even open the door opens. And beyond, you see, opening the door, 3 threatening, creepy, terrifying looking monsters. Oh, wait. It's your
Oh.
friends.
I look kind of like a monster. I got horns.
You're alive!
Yep.
Bosses!
My God, how are you guys?
Oh, man. Now I've got
Okay.
somebody to tell me what to do again.
There you are. We have been looking all over for you.
Where have you
We were-
been?
Traveling with this lizard lady that exploded, and it was really
What?
gross.
Wait, what? There's a lizard lady that
She turned
exploded?
into
Yeah, well, there
she turned
was.
into snakes.
We had some lizard friends, but they didn't explode. They
Oh.
just
They
didn't-
left.
Well,
They
you
didn't
guys
turn
got
into
ripped
snakes?
off.
Yeah, seriously.
I didn't like
Gosh.
the snakes.
How are you all doing?
Well, I'm kind of tired. I touched a statue. It was a mimic.
No!
Hey, you started this day off with a hangover. You can't be feeling great.
Yeah, I'm not feeling great. I had way too much beer last night. Like,
And then
that,
a lot of rocks fell on your head.
Yeah.
a lot.
So many
There's
rocks
so
fell on
many.
our heads.
Hmm
Ugh.
It hurt a lot.
I thought you liked rocks.
You know, not all dwarves like rocks. Okay.
But
Hey.
you specifically.
Hey, we met that that Stuck, the lizard guy who we
Yeah,
met
Shtuck.
before down in the down in the crazy spider lair with all the wiring, like when we did that adventure.
Oh, yeah, I
not too
remember
long
that
ago.
guy.
We met him again, but he's gone now. They like took a boat and they're out of here.
It's fine.
Yeah, we.
Boat?
I wasn't fond of him anyway.
And we met somebody named Croca who had an alligator.
Mhm.
Ugh. Well, at
They were
least it
pretty
wasn't
cool.
a crocodile. We saw lots of crocodiles.
We did too.
Where's
we
the
managed not to
the
get eaten by
alligator
them.
now?
Mm,
It
Yeah.
seems you did too.
Well,
mostly.
they had an alligator with
Crocodiles.
them.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Are you gonna see
Yeah.
it later?
They're gone. It's all gone. It's
Yeah.
just us now. It's eerie. It's like we've been brought back together. I'm glad you're not dead, I guess is what I'm saying, because you could have been
Yeah.
because of the rocks crushing us.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're not dead too.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Jury's still out for me.
And everyone is glad that everyone is not dead.
Hooray! There
What
was much
is
rejoicing.
next for Dragonforge and Associates? I think they've
A
earned
nap.
a nap because things are bad. And so they decide to camp out here in the foyer of
Oh, I
a
love a
weird
nap.
ancient underground
love
temple.
a good foyer.
We were gonna go that way, and you guys seems like you were going that way.
Don't go that way. There's a lot of
Oh.
crocodiles.
Okay.
And indeed, there is a third path.
And dead snakes.
Death?
It's Undermountain.
So, you decide to camp out here in the foyer of this horrible temple.
Foyer.
Foyer. Thank you.
Vestibule.
You're all fired.
Yay!
Things are a little unsettling here. The air is really kind of damp and humid. Usually the tunnels of Undermountain are pretty, quiet. But here in this strange temple, there's kind of the buzz of insects. You even occasionally hear the kind of like little noises of a frog in the distance. Maybe the rustling as a little salamander or newt kind of climbs along the vines that are kind of peeking up from between the rocks. And of course, the main feature in this foyer is a large statue that is soaked with blood. So you got that going for you.
I was curious
Uh,
about that.
Maybe we should
That is
camp
blood.
away
is
from
blood.
the bloody
Or-
statue.
Raspberry jam from something that bleeds raspberry jam.
Ooh, the most valuable creature in
So
the world.
have we successfully rested at this point?
Yes, please take the benefits of a full rest. You have your healing surges back. You have your health back.
Well,
We have
half
an
of our
action point.
healing
Your powers
surges,
back.
right? It's just
What?
half of the. It's just half of our healing surges back.
Nope, in
Right.
4E, it's all of them.
Oh my god, I love 4E.
Enjoy the joy of going back and forth between versions of Dungeons and Dragons. Every time you play, you are in some ways unlearning the other version you thought you knew.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tony. This is the only D&D I play is Dragonforge
I
and
have
Associates.
literally run other games for you.
So he was playing 4th edition the whole
Deny
time.
everything. All right.
I don't know when those episodes will be released relative to this, so we may or may not have proof of that.
I'm gonna
Yay,
check out this bloody
foyer.
statue.
Yeah.
Well, not too much because we've already had some statue issues.
Yeah. I'm not
Surely
gonna
you'll
touch
never
the
encounter
statue.
a bad statue again in
Yeah. Can we perceive what the deal is with this statue, Tony?
The deal is that
What is the deal with this statue?
Why do they make these statues and put them in these places covered in blood? I don't get it.
So, Peter Dragonforge, you're inspecting a statue?
I am inspecting a statue.
Statue inspectors.
Roll some kind of statue inspection related skill. You may learn different things depending on what you roll.
I'm going to roll perception and get a 16.
This statue is soaked in blood. This statue looks like it has been kind of modified crudely. Somebody has kind of taken probably like a hammer and chisel to it, and it looks like it was probably originally some kind of dragon-like creature, and it has kind of been attempted to make it more just like a giant lizard monster.
Well, initially I am offended for the artist whose work has been ruined by whoever is messing with their work. That's really unacceptable.
Rizwan, what kind of roll were you making?
I was making also a perception roll.
Okay, yeah, so similar things. Most of the blood is, it's more than 8 hours old, that's for sure.
That's great.
Because 8 hours.
I also made a perception roll and got a 24.
I'll say that the blood seems, it's recent enough that it's still visible, but not super recent.
Can I make a history roll to try to understand what the statue itself is all about?
Sure.
Or a dungeoneering roll?
Or dungeoneering. I don't know. I like all kinds of rolls.
It's never dungeoneering.
It could be you'd learn different things with history or religion
I got
or arcana.
26 on dungeoneering.
I got a 30 on history.
Nice.
30 on history. Melik, I will tell you as you study this, you recognize that probably originally this was some kind of standard, dragon that people might worship or recognize or whatnot. Maybe it was a Chardalon, but it's been kind of defaced, and it is hard to tell what the current lizard monster it is supposed to represent is meant to be. It is not kind of a creature or iconography you are familiar with from history. Rizwan, as you kind of study it from a dungeoneering perspective, it doesn't look like there's any kind of moving parts to this statue, so it doesn't seem like it has any kind of functional nature in this dungeon. It does look like it was probably put here recently, dragged from somewhere else, but it doesn't look like it's connected to a door or to a trap or anything like that. So it's ornamental.
Peter is, as a follower of Bahamut and a paladin, he's going to ponder its religious significance. He got an 18 religion check.
Well, it seems like it is probably the religious significance of it is that it is something related to ritual sacrifice, hence the large amounts of blood that have been kind of doused on the statue, perhaps as some kind of offering.
Guys,
Plus
this is
us
the
looking
bad kind of dragon worship.
Oh.
Plus, us looking at these, whatever this is that a pond?
There's kind of a font of water. So in kind of the corners of this foyer are some kind of, let's say they're kind of iron vessels, and in them is, even to call it water would be generous. There is basically kind of a huge metal vase full of earth and water and decaying plant life, and it's like somebody has bottled the swamp and brought it here to this foyer. It's really, it's not helping the whole smell of the whole chamber, that's for sure. The one to the south is similar to the one to the north that you inspected, Melissa.
Gross.
As you're looking at it, a little salamander climbs out and kind of wanders off into the vines.
I'm just over here looking for the salamander to see if I can find it.
Roll me perception.
Do I get a +1 for being close to a Lestrin?
Yes.
Ooh, then that's max.
All right, you can grab the salamander if you want.
Yay!
I do a quick nature check to see if it's an edible salamander.
That was a 28. You can't eat my salamander.
You don't know what I'm doing yet. 16.
16?
You're right.
You think it's edible? I mean, chances are it's edible. it's not poisonous. Let's say that.
I'm going to name her Tiny.
I'm going to name her S'more Filling.
Ew!
Just kidding.
Keep her away.
I can't wait for Flessa to throw a dagger later and accidentally throw the salamander instead. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I feel like Flessa would not make that mistake.
You got to make sure that you keep one like salamander in the left pocket and dagger in the right pocket. You know, you need a system.
We can see how much the salamander loves me if it comes back like the dagger does.
All right.
You know what, Flessa, just because you are now literally handling an animal, is there an equivalent of animal handling in 4E? I forget how everything works.
There is not, but there's nature.
Give me a quick nature check of DC 10 just to make sure the salamander doesn't get away from you.
Sure.
10 or higher.
Oh, yeah, that's 19.
Okay. The salamander seems content to hang out with you for a while.
All right.
I would like to do a religion check on this door over here to see if there's a special religious way we have to open it and get on with our lives.
It's a non-denominational door.
Yeah.
And that will be a 29.
That is ridiculous and unnecessary. The door seems to be, it's
secular in nature.
Well, I'll tell you this. It is the door. It's a big stone door. Fine dwarven craftsmanship, as much of Undermountain is, but it looks like more recently in its history, someone has painted some symbols in blood and in mud on the door. But
the old
you are,
blood mud.
It does not look like there's anything particularly religious involved in opening the door. Okay. It looks like the kind of door that opens.
So we don't have to do point the statue in various directions. Hollywood hijinks.
I think
style.
Rizwin has established that the statue is
not
ornamental and not functional.
I'm gonna check for traps on the door.
Yeah.
I got a 20.
The door appears untrapped.
Cool.
Can we listen? I would like to listen and see if there's anybody on the other side.
While we were apart, we walked through a door where a bunch of things chopped up Flessa. It wasn't great.
It was really ouchy.
She got better.
Really, it almost cut me in half.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you should probably lie in fear of all doors and the things beyond them now.
Well, I there's a door and a statue here. I don't love it, but I only got a 9 perception, so I probably.
Well, I mean, that seems like all the more reason to not stay here, right?
I agree.
All right. So somebody listened at the door?
I did, but I only rolled a 9.
All right. So
I will also listen at the door.
It sounds quiet.
That is a 28.
Your elfin ears hear nothing.
Let's go through. I open the door.
I think it's good.
All right. You open the door. The door opens.
Hooray!
Will there be something on the other side of the door?
No, we just started. We just started.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Every time we open it.
Good episode, guys. Good episode.
Beyond is a kind of medium-sized little chamber. There are several corpses in the middle of it. There's another large double door across the chamber from you, but the kind of striking feature about this chamber is that there are large, murky pools of water in kind of each corner, the northwest and southeast corners of the room.
I'm going to
make a nature check to see if the corpses are edible. It's only a 16.
They seem...
Do you not eat today?
Alestrin, oh God, why am I answering? Why am I entertaining this line of questioning? Counselor, rein it in. They seem fresh enough that they're edible from a distance. Why are we doing this?
What are they? Are they human? Lizard folk?
I'm only going to answer one more question before we go to somebody else, because other people are having to listen to this too. Steve, there are, just looking from the doorway, you see it looks like 3 corpses in the middle of the room. 2 of them appear to be lizard folk. 1 of them appears to be in your traditional adventuring garb. Rizwin, you are up next.
Can I roll a heal check to see what killed them? If
I think you'd probably have to get pretty close to inspect the body, but yes, you could do that.
Okay. Well, first I want to roll a perception check to make sure, I can discern, are there wet footprints around them? Maybe something came out of those.
Is one of them still moving, or are they very certainly dead?
12?
12, yeah.
It looks like, since you were looking for footprints, there are a lot of footprints, kind of muddy footprints traipsing back and forth on the ground here. It looks like probably there was some kind of fight here in this chamber.
Anything going into the water?
It doesn't seem like it, but hard to say for certain.
Then I'm going to get really close to these and take a look at what killed them.
All right, give me a heal check on the lizard folk to your south.
17.
This lizard folk seems to have died from being stabbed with sharp weapons and all of its blood exiting.
Cool.
You want to give me
I know what that looks like.
Natural causes.
Wait, have we been here? Did
What
we
about the
forget we
middle
were
one?
here already? There's a
It
bunch of dead
wasn't me.
people.
Guys, what if I did an adventure and it was like Memento, where you guys have to solve a murder that you committed? So,
Spoilers.
I
Spoilers
don't
for
actually
Memento.
remember the story to Memento to know if that's a spoiler or not. So,
Pretty much right.
all of you also have tattoos. So,
Spoilers.
spoilers. Rizwin, do you want to roll a heal check on the adventurer?
31. Natural 20.
This adventure seems to have some very strange wounds to it, including some kind of weird kind of I'm not sure the technical term for it, but possibly like it has been strangled by something. Bruising, severe bruising around the neck.
Okay.
While she's inspecting the corpses, I'd like to look into this southern pool.
All right, Alestrin, you look into the southern pool.
I got a whopping 13 on my perception.
All right. The water is particularly murky and swamp-like. You don't notice anything. It's real hard to see anything. There's a pretty thick layer of kind of scum and plant life along the top, too.
I look in the North Pool with a 17 perception.
You want to move yourself over next to the North Pool?
Yeah.
17, you think you might have noticed some slight movement in the pool.
Uh-oh.
I
I relay this to everyone that there's something. Guys, I think there's something moving over here.
Ooh, I come over.
As you say that out loud, something moves. So,
Weird.
Cool. I rolled a 21 to check out this corpse and see if it was the same thing that killed the other two.
That one seems to have been stabbed. So
Stabbed.
yeah,
And the
it's
middle
still got
one,
like middle one something different.
something different, but both of these two lizard folk, they were stabbed.
Mhm.
Oh,
shit,
dear.
What is that?
So as
Yep.
Peter is looking in the pool, he notices some slight movement, relays to the others that there is movement in the pool, and as he says that, basically a large mass of terrifying purple, dripping with ichor tentacles attack him.
So this is what happens. Peter goes, "Hey, there's
Yep,
There it
that
is.
is what happened. You
This is all
individuals
Dr. Fred's doing. I'm certain of it.
should roll initiative.
Initiative?
Yeah. If you have the ability to add them to the thing, you can go ahead and do that.
Tiny is very distracting because Flessa is going slow.
You're having like a deep philosophical discussion with Tiny.
I'm feeding Tiny breadcrumbs.
Do salamanders eat breadcrumbs? I don't know.
Flessa's about to find out.
We'll find out."
Do you have like an old Smurgle sandwich in your pack that you're...
I
Only
feel
the
like
crumbs.
At least the crumbs.
I hope it's not one of those salamander subs. That would be really awkward.
Rizwin, you got a 10?
I got a 10.
All
Flessa
right.
isn't bright enough to put that together.
Does everyone see the turn order thing?
Did the purple tentacle get a 0? Because that's awesome.
That's not right. Hold on.
No,
Aww.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Hold on.
That
Let's
sounds fine.
let's fix that.
No, it
Purple
goes
tentacle thing
before
got
me.
a 14. But it actually gets a surprise round.
I'm not surprised I saw
He
it.
looked at it. He was looking right at it. How could he be
I
surprised?
came over here because Peter said something's moving.
And he knows what you do.
Yeah, I made the point of perceiving it, and I perceived it, so I don't see how that's a surprise round. for Peter.
Roll diplomacy to convince me.
This is not going to go well.
It's a 20. Natural 20.
Wait, dice cam?
The GM is convinced.
What? All right, fine.
Uh-oh. When you moved
so,
it rolled.
a writhing mass of tentacles bursts to the surface. Peter is startled, but not surprised. Melik and Akrid will go first, and then the tentacles will attack. How's that?
Okay.
Melik, there is a
Yes, sir.
large mass of aquatic oozing tentacles that's in the northwestern pool of this chamber. Yeah. Do you need to know anything else about it?
No. I think I've pretty much got a handle on its whole deal.
Yeah.
I can, from where I'm standing, I can see it. I
Yeah.
can see this square here.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Oh, good. I'm I will hold my orb aloft and cast Grasping Shadows. It's a burst 1 within 10 squares, so it's gonna just get everything around this square, which is just mostly tentacles.
Yep.
And that is an attack intelligence versus will.
Oh,
Okay.
will. That's not one of the tentacle strengths.
26 versus will.
Indeed. So, grasping tentacles grasp at the grasping shadows grasp at the grasping dark tentacles. Oh god, that's hard to say. So give me damage for those grasping shadows.
Okay, they will do 7 points of damage.
Is it any particular type of damage?
Psychic.
I guess this thing has a psyche that is now 7 less.
It is also slowed.
Okay.
And anybody that goes into that area will take some damage, so don't.
Don't do that. Yeah, probably none of you will choose to go into that area. Anything else, Milik?
That is the end.
Acrid / Erica.
Peter, Commander Strike. Please feel free to take a melee basic attack, says Acrid.
Oh, neat. Okay, so Peter, because he was not surprised, and it feels like Acrid's like, you can take him. Come on. He's going to do his...
Go, Peter.
Ooh.
Do good attack.
Do it now, Peter.
Make Bahamut proud.
All right, so that means I get a virtuous strike for me as my melee basic because I get to do that. So that is 25 versus AC.
Yep, roll damage.
10 damage. 10 radiant damage. And I have a +2 bonus to saving throws to the end of my next turn.
Okay. So, the tentacles are next. They are not having a good day. They thought they were going to surprise you. Didn't work out. So, the tentacles are going to flail. This is a close burst 2, enemies in burst. So that would get Flessa, Peter, and Rizwin, I think, right?
Eep.
Yeah. So this targets AC. So Flessa, only 10 versus AC. Peter, 23 versus AC. Rizwin, 21 versus AC.
Oh, unless somebody's got a thing that I get more AC because I'm near them, that hits me.
I think you grant that, not the other way around.
Yeah, that hits me too.
Yeah, it's too bad.
All right. So,
Peter, are you actually granting the +1 to AC right now, just for Rizwin's sake?
It still wouldn't matter because my AC is 19, so I would need +2.
Gotcha. Okay.
all right.
Thank
So
you, though.
Peter and Rizwin, you get slapped in the face with the puckery end of a tentacle for 9 damage.
Ow!
Oh man, the puckery end is the worst.
Yeah. You got ichor on your face now. It's not good.
Oh.
Speaking of not good, it's Alestrin's turn.
Speaking of puckered ends,
Like to get those at the barbecue.
hey, can I get a puckered end cut? Those are my favorite. Alestrin would like to use his move action to get into his chrono
Run
privy
away.
and go back in time to convince Hallister Blackcloak not to put a pool in this room. Will that work out?
Nope, you mistime it. Now
Oh.
you have to fight a dinosaur.
Man, bad news. All right, well, I guess I'll just shoot some
Wait, this
arrows
is a
then.
dinosaur?
I will shoot 2 arrows at the purple tentacles.
Mm-hmm. I think I played that video game.
Well, that was the reference there, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Acknowledged.
Thank you. I was waiting for that. Let's see. The first of my 2 shots is a 21 versus AC.
That hits.
Good. Where's that D10? That is a 16 damage.
What? Oh, wow. Is that because it's your Corey?
No, that's something I forgot to do because I was making the hilarious chrono privy joke that wasn't even acknowledged. So that was time well spent. No, that's just because I'm a stud with the arrows.
Okay.
And my second shot is a 23 versus AC.
That also hits.
And that will do 15 points of damage. Plus, because it was a two-fanged strike, I will also do 3 more damage since both attacks hit.
All right. The tentacles are dripping with weird, kind of sticky orange blood.
He's ickered.
Don't look great. Flessa.
Well, can I tell, since it actually hit me, is it in threatening range, so I would have to shift away as opposed to being able to just saunter away?
It does not appear to have threatening reach.
Okay. Then Flessa is, I'm just going to move over to... Nope, that's still too close. Can I stand over the corpse of whatever this thing is?
Sure. That's a lizard person, thank you.
Flessa doesn't know. So I'm going to stand back here and sly flourish at that thing.
All right.
And that is 13 plus 13, 26.
That hits.
AC.
Roll damage.
That is 11.
All right. Things are not looking good for this horrible tentacle monster.
All right,
I'm
that
okay
is
with
it
that.
for Flessa.
Rizwin.
Can I hit it with my hammer? 'Cause
Yes.
I'm going to hit it with my hammer.
I would do that.
Solinor's hammer. Let's see. Who is Solinor anyway? I feel like I should know that.
Yeah, I feel like that's
And
on
does
you.
he want his hammer back?
Yeah, that's on me. Let's see.
I tried to Google it, and it gave me a bunch of information about solenoids, so I don't think I did that.
It's just your next door
Awesome.
neighbor. You borrowed his hammer like 6 months ago, and you haven't given it back yet.
Yep.
I rolled a 12.
12 total will not hit the dark tentacles.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, no, totally.
You know.
They're writhing. That's
Do you
hard.
Yeah.
want to stay where you are right next to them?
Well, not too much, but I also don't want to provoke an attack of opportunity by going out of its reach.
Okay.
So I'm gonna shift like right here,
Okay, cool.
and then I'm also gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Favor of the Gods on Flessa. So
Whee!
if you don't like your roll, you can, or when you miss an attack roll, you can roll again.
Hooray.
All right. Peter Dragonforge, you are face to face
Tentacle?
sucker with a terrifying mass of flailing dark tentacles.
All right, excellent. I'm going to, as a minor action, use Divine Strength, which gives me extra damage if I hit, and I'm going to use my Encounter Power Valorous Smite on this thing we're encountering. Oh, it's a crit. Thank you, James Thompson, for your critically rolling dice.
Suspicious.
So that's a 31 versus AC. That's nice. And what's the 4th edition crit rule, Tony?
You would do
Max
maximum
damage?
damage, and some weapons do a bonus thing on a crit. I forget if you have a sword that does something extra on a crit. Usually, you might. It would be probably on the very last page of all your character sheet stuff.
Yep.
It might do a bonus D6 or something like
It
that.
does. Okay, that is 27 damage.
That's a lot of damage. The tentacles are displeased.
Oh, and by the way, it is now subject to my divine sanction, and if it makes any attack that does not include me, it will take more damage.
It dreams of making many attacks that include many people. Malik.
I am going to cast Magic Missile, which does 8 damage. I don't have to roll anything.
How does that
All
sound,
right.
Monty? How does that sound?
I forget.
All right, I love it.
The tentacles kind
That
of
wasn't the sound. He's got a hairball.
wriggle and writhe and kind of curl back on each other, and it starts sinking into the pool. And as it goes, it makes kind of like this horrible hissing, haunting, singing noise as it goes. And
Wait, how's it
disappears
go? I
beneath
missed
the
it.
water. I can only do that once. So
Is Tiny okay?
Tiny is fine. Let's see.
I would like to use prestidigitation to repeat that noise.
Okay, go
Let's
ahead.
hear it, Monty.
Yeah, go for it, Monty.
The prestidigitation version is never as good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the richness of the original vinyl Dark Tentacle.
I forgot to record room tone first, so it's all messed up.
Mono.
Yeah.
Stereo.
So everything seems fine now.
I'm looting this body that I happen to be standing over.
It's a lizard person. It's got like a kind of an old spear. He's got a little belt and a little pouch on his belt, and in it there's a bunch of really nice polished stones.
Ooh, I take them.
They belong to a person.
Yeah, that person's me.
So now that we've seen these tentacles, can we identify what happened to this adventurer in the middle? Does it seem like he got tentacled?
Seems like he got strangled by some awful tentacles.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He had no friend.
We've avenged him.
So, Acrid, do you want to do anything?
That's you,
No.
Erica. No.
All right.
Sorry.
Acrid doesn't do anything.
Nope.
Suddenly, you hear kind of a similar kind of screeching, sing-songy sound.
Oh, neat.
Similar,
Yeah.
but different. So
Oh no!
Is it
and there is movement in the other pool
Of course.
to the
There's a movement
the
in Alestrin's
southwest.
pants now, too. He's too close to that.
Well, you know what? Seeing as you killed that tentacle in like one round, this tentacle is not going to hold back. So let's start off with this. First off, it's going to use mesmerizing tentacles on Alestrin. You did a lot of damage.
I don't like that.
And you seem weak of mind.
Yes. Alestrin, a tentacle lashes out, and it kind of like
Is this an attack
gently.
roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna interrupt it.
I will.
The tentacle attempts to kind of graze your head.
Do I know whether it's going to hit or not? Do I have an idea of what the
Do you
roll
want me
is?
Do I roll it or do you do something first?
Yeah, I think, let's see.
I think you get to hear the
You
number
or an
first,
ally
but
is
you don't
attacked.
get to.
Yeah, generally you do hear the number first, but I don't know if that's true specifically here.
I'm happy to read you a number if that will make you happy.
What's that number, Tony?
That number is 15 versus Will.
Oh, will. Interesting. And if it's equal, does that mean it hits?
Indeed.
Whew, boy. Well then, I guess I will try to disrupt that strike.
Okay. So the tentacle is lashing out for your head. It's kind of glowing purple.
Yep. And
and you disrupt it with a disrupting shot.
I quickly try to whip an arrow at it to distract it a bit. Ooh, not great. That is a 17 versus AC.
A 17 is the Dark Tentacle's AC.
Oh,
so does
fantastic.
that break its shot and make it take some damage?
Yeah, at first it's going to take 14 points of damage.
All right.
And it will...
Love when my monsters take incredible amounts of damage on their turns.
It
Love
takes a 6 penalty to its attack roll.
So that would mean 9 versus Will, right?
Yeah, and that won't hit.
You sure? Oh, I mean, Alestrin. It's Alestrin. You want to just check what your will is real quick?
Alestrin's fairly willful.
All right.
15. It's not bad.
All right. So that happened. Well, this tentacle knows what happened to the other tentacle, so it's going to spend an action point. And that tentacle is going to target... let's go for Flessa.
I am right here.
Yeah. That's not very impressive. 8 versus reflex.
Oh, golly, no.
Yeah, you just dive over the tentacles. It reaches
I didn't even notice it was there. I was so distracted by my shiny rocks, and it just gets close, and she sort of like bullet times back.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was not great. Let's see if you can kill a tentacle before it goes again. Lestrin, that tentacle was totally going to take over your mind.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad it didn't. I will first.
I feel differently.
Since my mind is clear, I will make that guy my quarry.
Mm.
What do you think about that?
That's out of character for you.
I'm pretty surprised, honestly.
You know what? I'm going to slide back behind Melik here. Out into the other room.
Take cover behind your wizard.
Well, there's room there for him to cower to the side of me if he needs to later. And then I'm going to shoot 2 more arrows at him.
Okay.
Ooh, first one is a 15 versus AC.
Miss.
Which is a miss, so I'm going to retake that shot with my elven accuracy.
Yep.
More like elven inaccuracy, am I right?
Oh, hilarious. Oh, it's even worse.
Good leadership, Peter.
That's a 14 versus AC.
Guess I should have cast Favor of the Gods on you. Oh well.
I take it the 14, his AC hasn't dropped by 2 points?
It has not.
Oh, shoot. I was hoping that was the case. Well, in that case... I probably can't
there's nothing for it to rebound
use
to.
my rebounding longbow, can I? Yeah, because it has to be a different enemy. Oh, well, I guess I'll just shoot my second arrow.
Like a chump.
Oh, that's much better. That's a 26.
That definitely hits.
Damage is not great, though. It's 8 plus my quarry damage, which is another 2, so 10 damage.
All right.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Better than nothing.
All right, Flessa.
Well, this thing just tried to slap the shiny rocks right out of my hand.
It totally did.
That's not where I thought that was going.
That's not okay. So Flessa is going to try to dazing strike it since I'm right up in its grill. And that is 31, I think.
I'm not going to answer that.
And that does max damage, 10 points of damage. And it is now dazed until the end of my next turn.
I don't like that.
And I have a minor action called Low Slash, which I am not going to do.
Will it die before my turn? Who knows?
I'm going to crouch down and reach out and see if I can slice at it from closer to the ground. Probably not. I may have to use that Favor of the Gods, because that's 16 versus reflex.
That will hit, surprisingly. I guess because it's so big, its reflex is not very high.
I rolled a 3. That's exciting. Okay, so once again, let's see. So 6, 7, 8 points of normal damage, and then 10 points of sneak attack.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
If this tentacle thing is bloody, things are bad for it.
Okay.
Tony, in the name of fairness, you can add 4 damage back to that, or 4 hit points back.
I was going to add. I'm not adding damage to this thing.
I forgot my twin strike does slightly less damage. So
okay, that is very honorable of you. I'll just
I do
assume
my
that
best.
was Lester and not Steve.
Tony, were you about to do that clever thing where you said if there was bloodied in this edition, it would be bloodied, and then realized that there is bloodied in this edition?
Mainly, it was like, what does this thing bleed? I guess was more my thing.
It's that orange stuff.
Yeah, orange
Ichory.
stuff. So there is orange ichor.
I think it's
oozing out
Hickory
of
dickory
it.
dock.
Nice.
So
purple's a striking combination. I bet
that's
that
what I was
cool.
thinking.
I can slide it, but I don't think there's anywhere to slide it to, correct?
Can you flip it out of the one pool and into the other? Have it
slide
arc over
can
the
be
top
in any
of us?
direction if it matters, Flessa. So you could move it, up or to the side of you. I don't know.
I mean, does anybody want it anywhere other than the pool?
Not really.
I'd like to see what it looks like below the tentacles. If you like slid it.
All right,
up,
then I'm gonna
we could get
I'm gonna slide it this way, knowing that my boss likes to learn things.
All right.
It is also
you slide it up.
Mhm.
There is
No, I didn't mean north. I meant up.
Oh.
You said we could go up.
You just want
Well,
hovering above the pool.
Flessa
I just-
slides it
Yeah, I just want to
up.
get a look at it.
There is a horrible beak and many eyes beneath the tentacles. It seems like it goes for quite a ways.
Yikes!
So are we like fighting its butt?
Does it have
No?
like a bigger?
Do you know-
It's like its beak and its eyes and stuff are below the water, and then the tentacles are coming out. Like, is that how it
I mean,
fights?
that's like how a squid works.
Okay.
How do
Well, the
squids work?
Tentacles are
Yeah.
around the beak, I think.
Squids are always shoving their tentacles out of water.
You know what?
All right.
I don't appreciate these questions.
If
But yes, this is how the squid works. It is totally Riz with stirred and it has
No,
been
it's
for a little
not.
while. Oh no,
No.
it's not. Plus, if you shift anything else more 3-dimensionally, I quit. What are you doing?
I just wanted to point out that it is slowed until the end of my next turn.
All right.
So
It's in
that's a
trouble.
thing to know.
Yep.
And I don't actually want to be right here.
Mm.
So I'm going to tumble away. Yep.
I hope
Back over there.
I hope Tiny is cradled in an arm or something, so it's not.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he snuck into the pouch with the colored rocks, and he'll be okay. I don't know. We'll check on her after the after the battle.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'm over here.
All right, Rizwin.
I really don't like tentacles too much. I'm gonna hit it with my hammer. I just want to squish this thing.
All right.
Solnar's hammer.
I was gonna say you need to run
I think
over,
you mean
and you've already done it.
Solimner's hammer.
Yeah. Let's
There's some
see.
tape on the side that says Solimner on it. If somebody borrows it, we'll know whose it is.
Yeah. 18 versus AC.
You smack it mightily with your hammer. Roll me damage.
Yay. Let's see. 13 damage.
The tentacles are not looking great. Anything
Cool.
else, Rizwin?
Anything else? I don't think so. I think that's all I have for my standard action, and I have no minors that I feel like doing. So.
All right, Peter Dragonforge. If you die, we'll have to rename the podcast.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, that's the life insurance I have. All right, well, it's Righteous Smite time, folks.
Dragonforge and pallbearers.
How sad. That's a 13 versus AC.
You have trouble. There's so much tentacle blood in the air that it's hard to find the tentacles.
Heroic action or heroic effort then is used, and now it's a 17 versus AC.
That'll do it. This time you try a little bit harder using all of your human instincts, I guess.
Yes.
Heroic effort is something humans get because
high five.
The most heroic.
I think the voice of my teacher at Paladin School comes and says, "You could do better than that, Peter," and so he does.
You get the sense that this game was created by humans. So.
Mm-hmm. That is 17 damage.
17 to hit and 17 damage. It's a lot of damage.
And congratulations, every ally of mine, which is all of you who are within 5. We all have 5 temporary hit points.
Woo.
Melik.
Oh, sorry, 7 temporary hit points.
Dang. How close do we have to be?
5.
Nice. I mean, it doesn't seem like we're going to need them for very long, but still, nice.
Nope.
Still nice.
If it hits you, take some temporary hit points off the top and keep your regular hit points.
Well, it's going to have to reach over about 4 guys to get to me, but if it does...
Yeah, how did you get behind me?
With my cuff.
I have a way.
He sidled.
You used those legs, didn't you?
Are you hitting on me?
It's not the time, guys.
I wink at Alestrin as I hold my orb up and magic missile backwards towards the thing.
All right.
Doing 8 damage that I don't have to roll for.
All right. The tentacle monster looks bad, but it's still there. Can Akrid do anything about that?
Yeah. Akrid feels bad for Rizwin for missing during this fight a couple times. So Commander's Strike. Rizwin, attack.
You can do it.
And it has to be a melee basic.
How about a critical fail?
Oh,
How
no.
about that?
Bahamut does not like.
Oh, you slip on tentacle blood and you kind of miss your shot, and the tentacles kind of laugh at you.
How can tentacles laugh?
It's really
It's
the
magic
mud that's laughing at you.
Tentacles.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's not good.
Does anybody else want to move? Like Peter or Rizman, do you want to move away from it? Because Akrid could grant movement.
I will shift away.
Well, you have to wait to your own turn to do that.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. If you want, Akrid can grant you a move action, which you can use a shift.
I will shift away.
Okay, there you go. That is Akrid's turn.
All right. The tentacles are still here. They are going to go down fighting. They are going to do flailing tentacles, which is a burst 2. So that would hit Rizwin, Peter, and Akrid. So Rizwin, this is targeting AC. That is pretty good. 26 versus AC.
That'll hit me.
Peter, only 16 versus AC.
That's a miss.
Akrid, 12 versus AC. No, sorry. 14 versus AC. Still not very good.
Nope.
All right. So I think Rizwin gets hit. Rizwin gets hit for 6 damage. Remember that you had some temporary hit points.
Yes, and now I only have 1 temporary hit point left.
Yeah. The tentacles are going to make its last ditch attack. it is going to do an additional attack. Let's see. Peter, you've caused it some trouble. A tentacle lashes out at your foot. How does 14 versus reflex sound?
That's a miss.
Damn it. All right. Whoever hits the tentacles next will probably kill it. Olestrin.
Oh, good. Maybe that'll be me.
Is it your quarry?
It is my quarry.
Excellent.
See that little target icon on it?
Oh, nice.
The mighty hunter.
That
I'm
means-
hunting that giant, massive tentacles.
I was paying attention for a change.
Every-
Mighty Hunter standing. He's the one standing behind the wizard, right?
Yes, the mightier wizard.
All right. Well,
I did not go to wizard school to be a duck blind.
I will take 2 more shots then.
This is calamari duck.
First one's a miss. It's a 13. That one is a 20 versus AC.
That'll hit. Can you do 6 damage?
I can, actually. I do 19 damage. I'm sorry, 15,
Okay.
15 damage.
15 damage. The tentacles make their hissing, horrible song as they sink back into the water.
God, that sounds really
I'm
awful.
glad we killed
And
it.
then I flip my bow over onto my shoulder and do double guns at Malik.
What is that hand gesture? It's completely anachronistic.
that means something different to wizards.
Yeah, magic missile is what it means to wizards.
Yeah, I cringe.
That's deeply offensive to tieflings. So it
Do it
seems like
again.
the room is free of danger for now, and you're relatively unscathed, right?
Relatively.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought those guys were
I'm
going to mess
fine.
you up bad. So taking
I'm
that
gonna
into account as I think about what happens in the next
how
room.
is Tiny?
Roll a heal check.
Is it a tiny patty now? Because that's going to make the s'mores much easier to make.
That's a 5.
Tiny seems great.
All right. Soon.
I'm gonna take a healing surge.
All right.
If you want, Acrid can do an inspiring word.
Which does.
It would give you an additional.
Oh, I don't need any additional. My healing surge will get me back up.
Okay.
Also, I also have healing
our
words.
temporary hit points.
But thank you.
Okay. All right. Temporary hit points go away then.
Yep. Temporary hit points go away. I am back at full health.
Be gone.
Well, they helped somebody.
And I have 7 out of 8 healing surges for today.
All right.
Do we get an
Where's your
action
next
point?
adventures?
Is no, that was the
you
first
should have
encounter of the
started
day.
the day with an action point.
Oh.
You'll get another one on your next encounter.
Great.
Have we defiled all these corpses, or are there still some that are as
the one
yet
underneath me
unmolested?
is undefiled.
Okay.
I mean,
would like to
aside
do
from
some
the fact that it's-
defiling before we move on.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you're standing on it, so I mean that
back up.
seems like it should count. But
It is an adventurer. It looks like it was a half elf. It looks like he's got a lot of daggers on him, but they're not very good quality.
oh,
He has a coin purse that is empty.
oh, great!
He's got 20 feet of rope.
Yes.
20.
Yeah.
What a chump.
I
He'd never
will
go anywhere without at least 50.
Yeah, right. What kind of adventure
I
is
will
this?
search
I've got
the
so much
lizard
rope.
person at the top.
I've got rope coming out my
He
ears.
has a large dagger wound in his torso.
Oh, good find.
Looks like from a low quality dagger.
Yes. Or several of them, possibly.
So what is on the other side of this little walkway that
Yeah,
we've
is
been
this just
fighting
walls?
on?
Sorry, have I not revealed enough?
Nope.
There's a door.
Oh, there's
Oh,
doors.
look at that.
Oh,
Whoa.
Is this a
double doors.
Is this a wall right here?
No.
Yeah, should
That's-
be.
Okay.
Here,
He's
let me make
dead.
sure sorry, I thought I had revealed more than I had, actually. So, yeah. So, on the end of this little walkway between two pools that are filled with horrible tentacle monsters is yet another door of fine dwarven craftsmanship and yet more things painted in, seems like mainly blood this time. I went easy on the mud, but there's some strange sigils painted on the door.
I'm gonna see if I can roll like a history check to determine what they are.
Yep.
I'm going to do religion for the same reason.
12.
You are not familiar with these from a historical context. Peter.
25 religion check.
25. These seem to be lizard folk markings. You really can't decipher it, but it seems like probably based on the use of blood, they are somewhat of sacrificial connotations.
Was the back of the other set of doors also covered in blood, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so both sides.
Yeah, both
nothing
sides.
can be gleaned
I'm
from that.
I'm also going to listen at the door.
All right, you listen at the door.
I got a 13. Do I hear anything?
I don't think you hear anything with a 13.
Okay.
I'm gonna listen too, with my pointy ears. That is a 29.
You know what? You think you hear something in the distance? Maybe, but it's way far down the corridor. Maybe somebody shouting. It's kind of it's muffled and echoey. But maybe way in the distance there are creatures.
No, I don't hear anything, guys. I think we should just go through.
Wait. I hear shouting, but it's a long ways away.
Well, then let's try to stealthily open this door and see what's behind it. Peek around the corner. One of those things.
I will peek around the corner. Can I push very slowly and take a look?
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
A what check?
Stealth.
Stealth. Oh, yes. I think I'm bad at stealth.
Mhm.
I'm very bad at it.
I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, Lestern's not bad.
Alestin should probably hang back.
I will, yeah. I'll open the door a hair and peek through with my pointy ears.
11 stealth.
All right.
Oh,
The door squeaks a little bit as you open it, but you can see what's happening beyond. There's a long hallway ahead of you, even more kind of plant life and overgrowth here. There also seems to be about 40 feet ahead of you, just kind of a pile of corpses, and then it looks like the hallway takes kind of a right angle turn to the south.
Is this the pile of corpses?
Yeah, that's them.
Cool.
I swear I didn't do that either.
I'm going to go investigate the pile of corpses. Just
All
'cause,
right.
why not?
Is the shouting louder now
This
that
is-
the door's open?
It's just a
Can
hallway.
anybody else
huh?
hear it?
It's just a hallway.
Yeah, where's the shouting coming from? Do we have some idea?
I don't think anyone has tried to figure that out yet.
I'm rolling a heal check to see how long
Yep.
these guys have been dead. 27.
Probably about a day. There's a bunch of they look like more adventurers from various wounds. And they look like they've
look
been
like
there for about a day.
Do they look like they might be scoundrels?
Yes, they have a very kind of scoundrel look. A lot of them, like just compared to your normal group of adventuring party, there's more eye patches and 5 o'clock shadows and
Do I
scarves
recognize?
and
Do
scarves.
I
than
recognize
should be,
anybody?
We saw a bunch of scoundrels and
That's-
cut purses
that's
and
Jim
knee
the fish.
breakers.
That's
Yeah,
right.
these look like more of that ilk. A lot of I don't know what else do we know about scoundrels in Waterdeep. A lot of flannel.
They talk in rhyme.
A lot of flannel. These ones don't. They're dead. Do scoundrels wear flannel? Is that canon? So, yeah. Canon.
I don't think we've seen these guys in a little while, and now their bodies are in a big pile.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
This is gross.
Too soon?
Too late, really.
Where's the... Hey, Tony?
Yeah?
I'd like to
wanna
know if this happened recently, I think.
I believe I told
these-
Rizwin
Within a
they're
day.
about a day old.
It happened
day
about
old.
a day ago.
Oh, so these
Um,
corpses are starting
Bodies-
to stink.
I
Oh,
have
yeah.
11
Yeah.
perception on the sound that Alestrin said he heard to see if I can hear where that's coming
With
from.
an 11, you're not sure.
I will listen as well.
All right.
That is a 21.
Alestian, you think you hear some shouting from the south. Looks where the hallway takes a turn to the south. You see that?
Okay.
Mhm.
Can
Somebody
I
want to
go up
peek
to
around
the
the
corner
corner?
and peek around there?
All right. Alestrin, I will let you peek around there. Give me a stealth check, Alestrin. I'm assuming you're trying to do it without being seen.
I am. I got a 13.
All right. Let me just look at something here for a second. No big deal.
I hate when that happens.
Did another tentacle die?
Yeah.
This is how I talk now.
It's never a good sign when your DM's voice goes up a
Punching
couple
you in the
octaves.
face over and over again.
This is the
Please,
episode with the screeching.
Can you tell me?
Continue to listen to our podcast. This is not going to be awful at all. All right. Alestrin, you peek around the corner here. There's kind of a strange sight ahead of you. The hallway turns to the south, but there's a large pit in front of you. Across the pit, there's a kind of skinny little walkway, and yet another pit beyond that And you see 3 lizard folk kind of loitering around on the far side of the pits from you. They seem to be holding kind of strange staves that kind of crackle with electricity. They seem not to have noticed you. What is going on here in Undermountain? Where are these rogues that we're looking for? What's up with these lizard folk with their strange crackling staves? For answers to questions such as these, continue listening to Total Party Kill. We're done for now. Da 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 da.
Dun, 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 dun.